of solving equations. Welcome to day 3 of solving equations. Equations, I know are going to have an equal sign. And today we are solving by multiplying. If you don't have your notes out, this would be a good time to get them out. A reminder, when you multiply integers, just like in 3rd grade, a positive times a positive will give you a positive. Do you need to pause and find your notes so you can write this down? Also, weirdly, a negative times a negative will give you a positive. But then one of each is how you get a negative answer. And remember, one of each can be in either order. It can be positive first or negative first, either order. So if you're looking at our first example, remember in algebra, we are going to see this division sign almost never. That was definitely the elementary school style, but now that you're pretty close to high school, our division sign is going to look like a fraction sign. Fraction signs automatically cause people to panic. No panic needed. This first one says x divided by negative 9. Remember, the whole goal is to find what makes x true. We want true math. This says divide, I'm going to multiply. Now, I understand that in 5th grade, you maybe wrote times negative 9. Maybe you wrote that in 6th grade. But that just looks like a whole jumbled algebra mess. So we can't write times with an x anymore. And we need to write our multiplying to the side of the problem. And I realize you might not be used to that. I realize that might make you go, ugh. But we just have to alter that now that we're in 7th grade. Because in 8th grade, it is going to be required. And in 9th grade, they're going to look at you like, what are you doing? You need to write it on the side. So, on both sides, remember, draw the line if you like. On both sides, I should be multiplying by negative 9. On the side, on the side, on the side. Not down below, and don't use an X. On the left side, if you have a negative 9 on the top and the bottom, it eliminates itself. You should draw, it basically is a 1, but from this point of view, it kind of looks like a slanted one, which means my X comes down. On the right side, negative 3 times negative 9, positive 27. Why is there this big red line on my screen? Oh, because I still need check boxes. Some people have actually been drawing a box. Wonderful. Some people have been folding their paper in half to make a checks column. Wonderful. But you must be doing this. So over here, it used to say x divided by negative 9 equals negative 3. But we are replacing x with a 27. 27 divided by negative 9. Oh, yep, that's negative 3. Good news. Got that one right. On the second one, remember I'm trying to get S alone. This says divide. I write multiply. No X's for multiply. That's an algebraic mess. You can write a dot or you can use parentheses. You cannot use an X. Under no circumstances can you use an X. Also, I'm not writing it below. Not doing that. I maybe did that in 6th grade, but now that you're in 7th grade, approaching algebra, you need to be writing it on the side. We're going to practice this more and more and more. A 30 on the top, a 30 on the bottom, eliminates itself. S is left. 6 times 30, or 6 times 3, add a 0. Does this make sense? It used to say S divided by 30 equals 6. Now we've changed S to 180. Here's another algebra trick. A 0 on the top and a 0 on the bottom eliminates itself. 18 divided by 3. Look at that. Happy math. There are still people turning in pages with just an answer of S equals 180. No. You should have 2 or 3 or 4 lines of work per problem. Next examples. I know, I'm just going to do this all in my head. Look what happens when I try to do stuff like that in my head. It used to say Z divided by -4 equals 16. Now I think Z is -4. What's the problem? -4 divided by -4 is 1. And the last time I checked, 1 and 16 do not balance out my triple beam balance. They are not equal to each other. I got a little too confident in myself trying to do all of this in my head. Turns out I divided in my head because I was feeling so confident, but I wasn't actually supposed to divide anything. I was supposed to be multiplying on both sides. If you don't want to use parentheses, use a dot. Do not use an X. Hmm, 16 times 4. Guess I'll need a side problem. Positive times a negative. One of each gives me a negative. This should make more sense when I go to check it. Well, I don't know 64 divided by 4, so let's just try. 4 fits into 6 one time. Negative divided by negative is a positive. Looking good. If you've missed my triple beam balance drawing, here it is. Looks like it balances out to me. Notice all of the work I just did for this problem. 3 or 4 or 5 lines, doesn't matter. Do not just write down the first answer you can think of. I noticed I had a mistake on this one. Yours actually says -9. No big deal. X divided by -9 means I am going to multiply by -9. The -9s eliminate themselves. -9 times 4 is -36. 1, 2, 3 zeros. 1, 2, 3. Good thing I didn't write times with an X because there was already a variable X in this problem. All right, let's go double check my work. Here's a nice little trick. -36 divided by -9, +4, 1, 2, 3 zeros. Look at that nice equal math. Next ones. N divided by 15. I solve that by multiplying. Hmm, 15 times 7, better use a side problem. Don't forget to check. The checking is important. If I'm in a regular class in a regular school year, all of the time I hear people whispering, "Sally, what'd you get for number 10?" And actually, I'm totally okay with that. I get that people would like to see if they're doing it right or not. But that's not going to work when you're at home. Also, I don't think it's going to work if your cat Fuzzy is sitting next to you and you say, "Fuzzy, what'd you get for number 11?" Fuzzy doesn't know. Also, if you're at home with your brother or sister, they're probably saying, "Get away from me. I'm doing my own work. I don't want to check your work." So we got to figure out how to check it by ourselves. It used to say N divided by 15 equals 7. Now we think N is 105. One thing that could help you with this one, you have a multiplication chart in your planner. Do you need to pause and find it? It helps some people. Get it out. Turns out 15 does fit into 105 7 times. V divided by -50, I should be multiplying by -50. Do not use an X. That looks like a variable. A dot or parentheses are your choices. 3 times 5, 15. 1, 2, 3 zeros. 1, 2, 3. Positive times a negative, a negative. Since our cat Fuzzy can't help us, we better check over here by ourselves. It used to say V divided by negative 50. Now we're thinking negative 15,000. 2 hints. Negative 15 divided by negative 5, 3. Here's a 0, here's a 0, cross them out. 1, 2 zeros left. 1, 2. Yeah! Got it! Last 2. Pause, it's your turn. Well, I just made a mistake in my side problem, so now I'm not feeling very confident in my answer. Good thing I have a check side to help me with that. $21 fits into 44 twice. That makes 42. 21 fits into 21 once. Okay, good. Now I'm feeling a little bit better about that answer. I double checked it to make sure it made sense. I'm feeling a little better about it now. Also, a positive divided by a negative is a negative. $25 times 2, 50 plus a 0. Positive times a negative, a negative. Oh, I'm just moving 20 to the other side because it was really bugging me when it was in front. Replace E with negative 500. I've been just standing here hoping that I could figure out what 500 divided by 25 was. Turns out, if I just stand here, I'm not going to figure it out. I better do some side problems. 25 fits into 5? No. Fits into 50 twice. Negative divided by negative, positive. If you've missed my triple beam balance, here it is. A work of fine art. Equal. When I look through page 96's on Google Classroom, I expect to see lots of checking, lots of work, no pages with just answers. That does not count. After that, you're free for math for today. Have a wonderful one.